Morning and a very warm welcome to this. I have never done a live stream this early before, but this is the fourth and final masterclass from my masterclass series, Future Proof Your Business in 2020. And today I will be sharing the top 5 mindset strategies for business growth in 2020. So yes, it is an early start. I have got my coffee, and there is an advantage to getting up at this time and realising that after you've delivered some content, you're going to have a whole heap of extra time, and that is the way that you look at things, isn't it? So the way that I looked at it, I was like, oh my god, that's so early, especially at this time of year. And then I was like, actually, I could do some exercise because I missed my kickboxing class last night because I was out at the panto. So I've reframed it and actually put my exercise clothes on. So after this masterclass, I am going to go and do a 25-minute HIIT session. So there's always a different way of reframing it positively. So good morning, good morning, good morning. If you are here, come and say hello. I am very impressed with anybody who is up at this time. I'm also always been impressed with those people who do their early morning lives. I'm not quite sure this is something I'm going to get into in 2020, but this is where we are now. So for those of you who are new to Live Your Abundant Life, I'm Rachel Smith, the business grower, and I am a business coach who works with female entrepreneurs who are passionate about their business and who are ready to become all in to take their business to consistent months of 5K and beyond. My secret juice as a business coach are 3 aspects: mindset, money mindset, and getting my clients to take awesome inspired action. Because let's face it, you can watch all of the content and read all of the content, but until you are ready to take action, nothing changes. And my clients get into taking action and they achieve fantastic results. So this is the fourth masterclass out of a series that I created under the title of Future Proof Your Business for 2020. Being very mindful that this is the end of another year, that we're looking forward to 2020. Very mindful that 2020 has already been designated a power year for those who are willing to be brave, to take action and to lead. Also here in the UK, it's going to be an interesting year in 2020 in terms of things that are going to happen within the economy. Nobody knows what that's going to be. Lots of people are already predicting that it's going to be really hard for small business owners to survive this next round. However, I honestly believe that if you are starting from this point with the most resilient mindset and with a clear strategy, you will achieve brilliant growth in 2020. And that's exactly what I had in mind when I put these 4 masterclasses together. So we've looked at an array of things, and we're ending today on one of my favourite subjects, which is mindset. And I understand that there's a lot of information out there, like do mindset, be more mindful, practice gratitude, journal, visualize, get into yoga. There's all sorts of different ways that you could create a mindset practice. And for me, I always want to cut through the noise. I always want to understand, right, there are a lot of nice to have things, but what are the you must do these, or these will definitely work for you things? And that's what I'm bringing to you today. So we're going to be looking at just 5 mindset strategies that you can bring into your business that will help you focus on business growth, because that's what we all want in 2020, isn't it? Regardless of if you've been in business just recently, if you've only recently started your business, maybe this year, or if you've been in business for a little while. And I suppose that the reason why I selected the 5 that I'm going to share with you in a minute is that these 5 are all about up-leveling. They're all about helping you to up-level. Yes, you can practice mindset, you can have mindset practice, but unless that mindset practice is challenging you, is giving you the tools to actually up-level, to open yourself up to the next level of success, the next level of clients, the next level of money, it's going to be really, really hard for you to break through. So that's what I've thought about when I've chosen the 5 strategies for you. And as always, I'll be completely upfront to say that I do have an offer for you at the end, which I'll be sharing for you. And this offer is for those of you who are like, right, do you know what? I am taking control of my business. I'm not letting the economy or the scaremongers or the politicians or anything else, or my fear or my lack of belief actually control my business in 2020 as perhaps it has done in 2019. You know, I'm all in to make my business more successful, more profitable, and for me to have a bigger impact with my clients. So that's what the offer at the end is for those women who are like, right, I understand something's got to change. That changes me, and I'm ready to make that change, and I want Rachel's support to do that as well. So I'll talk about that in a little while. And because it's so early in the morning, I haven't picked the link up for it, so I will have to add that later. So, which 5 mindset strategies have I picked out for you? Number 1, and perhaps the most challenging for female entrepreneurs, is to work on your money mindset. This is such a juicy area. When we are running a business, we are everything, aren't we? We are the marketer, we are the deliverer, we are the administrator in lots of cases. We are also the person who manages the money, who asks for the money. And that role for many, many people can feel very difficult. And because it can feel very difficult, because we all have a complex relationship with money, it can also become one of the biggest blocks to you up-leveling, one of the biggest blocks to you getting more clients, one of the biggest blocks to you becoming more successful. So thinking about 2020, thinking about your juicy plans, thinking about your determination not to have the same year, your determination to be one of the businesses that remain in 2020, and for you to really start to up-level your actions and your success. Working on your money mindset is absolutely key for you. Having the ability to open yourself up to being comfortable with having more money, to receiving more money, to keeping more money, to having more money perhaps than people around you, and for you to becoming really comfortable with your ability to go out there and consistently ask for money. So we're all running a business, and there's lots of brilliant ways that you can go out there and sell. However, it all comes down to you having the confidence to go out there and ask for the money over and over again. We are a business, we've got to remind ourselves about this. So one of the questions that I've got for you is to think about how proactively do you get into selling? Morning, Jen, love to see here. So how often do you get into selling in your business, and how does that feel for you? And if you're like, do you know what, I sell regularly and it feels okay. How does it feel to think about selling more high end, selling more of what you do, and becoming super comfortable with receiving more money and keeping that money and making that sure that that money goes in the right places? And just to give you a kind of, to paint this picture a little bit more, I ran one of my live events in October, and in that we worked on people's mindset around money. And from that point, the people in that room who've worked on their money have massively increased their ability to earn more money. Morning, Lisa, love to see you here. They have honestly increased their ability to generate more money. They're having consistent months of high income. And that comes from many things. It comes from them, it comes from their desire to be more successful. It comes from the mindset work that we did around money and their ability to smash through their blocks. And that's exactly what we worked on in that day. And that was such an interesting exercise to do that with them. And what we discovered, and what is really common, is that we all have an upper limit when it comes to money. We all have an amount of money that we are comfortable with. And for many of us, that level of money that we're comfortable with and that we keep generating consistently generally is the last consistent income that you generated. So that might have been from your last job, your previous career. So if you're like, oh, I'm interested to see if that's true for me, go and figure that out today. Have a look at your monthly income. Have you more or less replaced your previous salary with your income that you're generating in your business? And if that's true, that really indicates that you have got a money block. Because if that keeps happening, if you're not growing, if you're not reaching new income levels, it's really indicating that you have got a block around receiving more money. So the very first mindset strategy for you in terms of growing your business, having more success in your business, and up-leveling your results in 2020 is to work on your mindset. And if you are deeply resistant to this, maybe you're even dismissive about this at the moment, maybe you're just like, I'm just going to turn this off, she's just going to talk about money, it's a real indication that this is something you need to look at. We resist what we most need to work on. Okay, the second mindset strategy for growth in 2020 is the art and the practice of visualization. I don't know why I paused then. Visualization. So I talk a lot about the neurological pathways that we all have coming from our brains that keep us safe, that keep us in our lane, which are great when we're looking to cross the road, drive our cars, live our lives. However, they become a hindrance when we are looking to up-level, when we're looking to live differently, when we're looking to work differently, when we're looking to act differently. Those neurological pathways that keep us safe, that get us repeating patterns, living the same version of our life, actually become a hindrance. And visualization allows you to break out of that. Visualization allows you to reprogram your brain and for you to regularly see a new version of your life, the different version of your life, the version of your life where you're running your business more successfully, the version of your life where, because you're running your business more successfully, the consequences are, the positive consequences are that you're living your life more successfully. So maybe you are putting more money into the family pot, maybe you're upgrading your car, perhaps you're moving away from worry and frustration about money. Perhaps you're going on holiday, perhaps you're helping out your loved ones, perhaps it just means that you're having a bigger impact in the world, or that you are that you're having a bigger impact in the world, and that you're allowing people to have a deeper transformation because of the work that you do. So think about that whilst I take a drink of coffee. So visualization allows you to reprogram those neurological pathways. So you look for new opportunities, you have the ability to say yes, it helps you to overcome your fear. And it really allows you to open up to new opportunities and for you to know that it's safe and that it's absolutely great for you to be able to do this. Okay. Number 3, this is a really interesting one and something that I've been on quite a journey with this year. Number 3 is about healing and letting go. We all have past experiences that are holding us back, and because poor bad experiences, just like good bad experiences, start to have an impact on our belief system. So if you've had, let's say that you've up-leveled at one time in your business, you've gone out there, you've earned more money, and you've worked with people, more people, but there's been a negative consequence, maybe that you needed to bring some childcare in and your kids kicked off and their behaviour deteriorated because their childcare arrangements changed, or perhaps having more money sparked arguments between you and your partner, or that other people started to judge you because you had more money. and they were forthcoming in their thoughts about whether or not you should have more money. Or perhaps you've gone and worked on a program or a boot camp or something with a specialist, a mentor, a coach, and they didn't deliver what you wanted, what they promised. You didn't generate the results that you wanted. There's or perhaps even, and this is a tough one, perhaps even you have set your stall out at the beginning of 2019, promised yourself that things were going to be different in 2020, and actually you found that for lots of different reasons you have reverted back to the ways that you have always shown up in your business, and therefore you've generated similar results this year as you had in 2019 and maybe 2017. And perhaps you're giving yourself a hard time internally about that. All of those things become a block. All of those things become a belief, like I can't grow my business. I'm lazy, I'm stupid, I'm not as good as other people. Coaches rip you off. They don't deliver what they've promised they're going to deliver to you. What's my first scenario? Oh, about money, wasn't it? Is that it's not safe for me to have money. So they become our belief systems. And all of those things become blocks. Obviously, everybody's got different things. So part of my journey in 2019 has been about doing the deep healing work, really learning to let go of people and experiences and things that I have done that previously blocked me. So for you then, and the healing and letting go strategy is for you to get like absolutely comfortable with, you know, all of those people, all of those experiences and situations, and everything that you have that you keep kind of giving yourself a hard time about. Become really comfortable at looking at those situations and find a way to forgive them and to forgive yourself and to let go of any hold, any block, any negative belief that those scenarios have actually had on you in this year in terms of taking your business forward. And some of the ways that you can do forgiveness work is that you can write out scenarios, you can write out lists, you can write out everything that is kind of within you, that angst, that anger, that frustration, just write it all out. And then you can just go through the list and cross it out and tell the people, the situation, yourself that they are forgiven. You don't need to ring them up and tell them. This is just an exercise for you. You can write letters to people, tell them exactly how their actions have made you feel, and tell them how you forgive them. You can use EFT to tap through things. Brad Yates is a great YouTube resource to go and actually tap through these things. So think about what you're holding on to that no longer serves you. So my favorite questions to my clients is, you know, what you're holding on to that no longer serves you, and what can you do to release that now? So forgiveness, massive, massive, massive mindset strategy when you're actually up leveling. Number 4 is about increasing your frequency. Everything is energy. So if you are going on a live and you're fearful, if you're going on a live with an offer and you are petrified and you've told yourself, oh, nobody's going to buy from you, who do you think that you're worth spending this sort of money? If you go out with that kind of energy, with a live, with written content, people pick that up. They don't always know what the energy is. They don't always know the emotion that you have at that time, but they'll pick up that something's out of kilter and you will not get the interaction, the engagement, the sales. However, when you recognize that everything is energy and that actually going out there, sharing content, requesting money is just an exchange of energy, you will begin to realize the importance of increasing your frequency before you do anything. This is not the perfect time for me to deliver content. Normally I'm like a lot higher frequency and be very mindful that I've got children next door to me still asleep at 7:20. For goodness sake, they should be up. So everything is energy. So think about where you can increase your energy. Is it about moving more? Is it about like listening to some visualization and really getting into the, oh my God, this is what I'm moving towards? it could be about journaling, it could be about dance, it could be about going out in the fresh air, anything that gets your frequency up. And that's when, oh, that was interesting. I can't believe you can just do that. And that's when you connect with your audience. That's when you write your blog post. That's when you get on your sales call. So think about how you can increase your frequency. The fifth and final mindset strategy for 2020 for business growth is one of my favorite things, and it's a game changer. It's to take action as your future self every single day. You are not going to generate growth, you're not going to generate change until you change how you are reacting, how you are acting in your business. So kind of thinking about that future version of yourself. Who are you going to be in business in the future? What will you be doing? What will you be saying? How will you be acting? And take one of those things every single day and implement that into your business. This is how you quantum leap. So let's say, for example, you see yourself in the future selling every single week. So you start creating an offer, you start that particular action, even if you, in the first instance, it's like low sales, you start to get into that. Perhaps you see your future self doing a live every week. Guess what? You do a live every week. You start to get into becoming that future version of yourself every single day. This is how you grow. This is how you expand. This is how you move out of your current level of success and you move into the next one. You quantum leap through this, and it's challenging, but if you're doing all the other things, if you're working on your visualization, if you're increasing your frequency, if you're constantly stepping into that future version of yourself, you can take one action every single day as that future version of yourself. Perhaps you see a future version of yourself being a brilliant custodian of money. Decide what that looks like for you and take action today, where you go and actually sit down and have a look at your money situation. Look at the sales that you've generated over the last 12 months. Start to map out where your sales are coming through. That is a smart action for a CEO to take in business. Okay, so they are the 5 strategies for business growth in 2020. I would love to know which one of those you're like, I mean, I want you to do all of them. I mean, they're not things that you like. The money, yeah, definitely do that every day. The visualization, if you're doing that 3 times a week, amazing. The healing, letting go, really is something that you want to be looking at. You know, once you've noticed some resistance, once you've noticed somebody triggering you, once you've noticed some block or some negative belief, that is the time to look at healing and letting go of stuff that's not serving you. So that is a as it turns up kind of scenario. Increasing your frequency is a daily thing. You know, I like my energy is increasing now as I'm waking up more, and I'm going to go downstairs and exercise and do 25 minutes like hard exercise. But I am going to be on it then, which is amazing, because I have a couple of client calls today, and then I'm out running my live event in York, and I want people to feel my energy. And then take action as your future self. That is a daily action, isn't it? But these are not cumbersome. These are just things that are going to help you to grow. So come and let me know which ones you are going to be committing to doing. You know, maybe you're like, oh, I'd look go at this. But I want to hear from you which are the ones that, you know, let me know how you're going to integrate these into your life, and which ones really deeply resonated with you. Even if you just pick one, that is a great, great start. Okay. So I promised to share with you an opportunity for you to step up in your business in 2020. Now, stepping up is a humongous task, and there's all sorts of different ways you can do that. You do it on your own, that's absolutely fine. If you're deeply motivated and you can hold yourself accountable and you have the strategies available to you, yes, you can go and do that yourself if you are deeply committed. But for many of us, we have a lot, we have our businesses, but we also have a lot of other things going on as well. And that's where actually taking a day out to spend on your business is so beneficial. And that's exactly what I have created. So I have a live event running at the end of January here in York, where I'm pulling together a small group of female business owners, where you will spend the day learning, but also taking action. So you will be spending the day working on your big vision for 2020. You're going to walk away with that clearly mapped out. You're going to have a clear map for the entire 2020 of what your offers are, when they come into the marketplace, what their price is. And therefore, when you have this mapped out, you can start to map in your content themes so that you can start to have an increase in your visibility, because you understand what you need to do in advance of getting your audience ready for your next offer, so that you're no longer winging it. You're no longer just throwing everything at the wall and hoping something sticks. You're no longer missing sales opportunities, leaving money on the table. You're no longer sat in your office thinking, well, I know I need to be more visible. What do I go out to my audience with? You are going to work smarter and harder because you're going to have this mapped out. So you will walk away with all of that mapped out. Plus, we will be working on your mindset in the event. We'll be looking at mindset. We'll be working on busting through any money blocks. So not only do you walk away with your plan, you walk away with that internal programming already in place for you to go back and implement that plan however you decide to do it, whether you decide to do it on your own, in a mastermind, with a coach, with accountability buddies, however you decide to do it. So this is you working on your business with an awesome group of people. And I know it's going to be an awesome group of people because there are only 14 seats available in the room, and half of those seats have already been booked. So I'm going to put the link below so that you can see the details of that. But if you know that you are ready for a change, you're ready to up level, you are ready to do business differently in 2020 and to generate that growth and success that you are dreaming about, that you want, that you deeply desire, this is a really powerful day. This is a start. This is you saying, hey, I'm here. I've started this work. I am all in to actually achieve it. I mean, how frequently do you get a day to actually spend on yourself where you don't get distracted and do other things for other people? This is about you. This is about your business. This is about looking at how you're going to turn up in 2020 and how you're going to deeply serve your audience. So the event is £150, and when you purchase the event before the end of December, before the 30th, I don't know why I've decided that the 30th is the end of December, but I have. Maybe I'm taking the 31st completely off. When you purchase before December the 30th, you can spread the payments out over 3 payments, giving you like full access to everything that's available to you on that day in a really affordable way. So I'll post a link below. If you've got any questions about if this event is for you, please let me know. I don't want you sat there thinking about it and for those seats to go. It was only yesterday that the entire offer went out to my full list. It was just going to the people who'd originally signed up to this masterclass thing. So already within that group of people, half the seats have been booked. And I know other people are looking at childcare arrangements. Now, you might be thinking, well, I can't get to York. Lots of people think that, but I've got a lady who is travelling down from Glasgow, coming down. We've got people who travel from Devon, from London, from the Midlands to get to York. Remember, York used to be the capital of the UK. It is slap bang in the middle of the country. We have brilliant transportation links, and we have beautiful accommodation as well, and we're in the most amazing building as well. So if you want to come and work on your business in a beautiful building surrounded by like-minded people with my help and support, remember there's only 14 people in the room. This is not a cram 'em in kind of session. I will be there looking at your plan, challenging your plan, and you are going to have the most incredible day. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go and get my HIIT session on and get the day started. I look forward to hearing about how you're going to implement the information that I've got, and I just wish you a very brilliant Thursday. Bye for now.